What do I offer you that no one else does? Sorry.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's changed since the last time we were on the And in 2020?
We're married. I guess, yeah, we're married. We've dealt with loss, but also lots of love. Moving you from Hawaii to here. Trying to move everything, but not succeeding in all of it. But, you know, learning how to actually live together, be together 24/7. Learning what family is, you know, getting to know your family more and you getting to know mine more. That's changed a lot, but I think our families really love us and support us, so yeah. But yeah, the biggest thing that's changed is we're married. So that's cool.
I think the easy answer is yeah, we are married now. I moved here from Hawaii to California, but aside from the obvious, I think a lot has changed just with myself and with you. For example, you know, me dropping out of the PhD program, that was a hard realization for me. You've seen me apply for job after job after job, and it's been hard because it's been going on, what is it, over 2 years of applying. I mean, I did work as a grant writer. I was able to secure that, and it's something I thought I enjoyed doing too. Well, the company was awesome.
The company's amazing.
And so it's just been a lot of learning and growth, you know.
How do you feel being back here, and why did we come back on?
Ooh. It feels great to be back on here.
Give the world an update.
Give the world an update is one, but also to kind of continue connecting with you more. Just because since I moved here to California, you know that it's been hard on me to adjust.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can be emotionally distant, and it's hard for me to open up as easily as I used to before. And it's mainly because, you know, of being here in California, and I know you don't. It's very different, and I know you don't like me. I know you don't like hearing it, but you know that I don't like California.
Yeah, I know.
It's different. You know, it's not something that I'm used to. Hawaii is always going to be home for me, no matter what, no matter how used to California I get. Hawaii is home, but then now that I'm here, you know, you're also home.
It's hard having two different homes.
Yeah. What's something you feel we have yet to fully understand about one another, and why?
Oh, it's a tough one. I think something we have yet to understand about each other and why? I don't really know. I think, I don't know, sometimes I don't understand why you stress out over things that are not, just like, what? Like, the plant has a brown leaf, like, calm down, it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. But you catastrophize a lot. So I think that's something I struggle to understand, even though I myself can do the same thing. It's weird. It's like, it's a bit hypocritical because I do a lot of the same things as you, but I don't understand when other people or you do those things. So it's kind of weird. I'm just weird.
Yeah, I think what I'm still trying to understand about you, or having trouble, and I'll say it again, is it's the ADHD.
Me too.
Because you have struggled with regulating emotions, and getting overstimulated with how I say things, how I ask things, how I explain things. It's hard for me to learn or realize in the moment when my tone is not the best.
Just want to say that.
That's a big thing for me, right? My tone, the way I ask it. Like a lot of times for me, I think I'm just asking a question normally, like, what's the big deal? Mm-hmm. And you point out to me, that my tone sounded a certain way. And it's hard for me to realize that because in my head, I'm thinking like, what's the big deal? Like I'm just asking a question, for example, asking you, what's wrong? What's the matter? How can I help? Is there anything I can do to help you feel better? Versus, what's the matter? Like, why are you acting like that? And it's hard for me sometimes because, again, like I have trouble regulating my own emotions, and it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
I try my best to understand you in those situations, in those moments. It's not easy for me, but you know that I'm trying.
Yeah, I do. I know you're trying. What concerns you most about us, and what do you think we could do to best address it?
I think right now it's the struggles of me adapting and adjusting to California. Mm-hmm. I think that concerns us because a lot of times it puts me down, and I've told you it's made me even feel depressed at times because I'm away from home. And so when I start feeling that way, or if I kind of shy away from sharing my feelings about it, I'm not the nicest person to you, and not just nice to the space that I'm in general. I let my unhappiness be known to those around me, and in this case, it's you. And it's hard sometimes because we get into arguments about it. I wouldn't say arguments, but maybe conflict.
You can lash out a little bit.
Yeah, a little conflict here and there. And
it causes a conflict when you lash out a little bit, And
it's not fair to lash out at you sometimes because I miss home, and just because I don't like California, it doesn't mean that I should take it out on you, And it's not to say that there's anything bad about California. I don't hate California.
Yeah.
But I'm always going to be missing Hawaii. I'm always going to be missing home. I think what I could do differently is not lash out at you when I'm missing home. It's when I'm feeling homesick, because you're not the one that's at fault for that.
Sometimes I feel like I am.
You're not the one that took me away from Hawaii. You're not the one that's keeping me from being there. And I know that when I lash out at you, you feel that way. You feel like you're keeping me from being happy, from being in a space that, that I love. But it's not your fault. You're not keeping me from anything. I'm choosing to be here with you. You're my home. As much as I want to be in Hawaii, I also want to be where you're at. You are the one constant in my life.
Thanks. Same.
And so, yeah, I don't like California, but you itself, you're home.
Thanks.
And so I'm happy being with you and where you're at.
Yeah, I think the thing that concerns me most is just dealing with the homesickness. And I do think that you could use therapy I don't mean it in a mean way. I just know that I've benefited tremendously from therapy, and I think you could also benefit from therapy. So that's the only thing that concerns. The only concern I have about us is therapy. And then just maybe our physical intimacy might need some work, but I mean, it's hard when we're busy running around, and if you're feeling down about yourself, it's hard to be close to someone. So I think that we could also benefit from therapy in that way, but that's probably the only concerning thing. Just your homesickness, and it just affects you so much that I think you could benefit from therapy. Yeah.
What's the greatest lesson you've learned from our biggest fight?
I'm trying to remember what our biggest fight was. The biggest lesson I learned from our biggest fight is that you do love me no matter how crazy I can get. Not crazy, but no matter how emotional or how unstable, or I guess, yeah, because I think our biggest fight was really petty and really stupid, but it caused me to spiral downward like really fast. And it was really scary for me. But I learned in that moment that you weren't leaving. You were still going to be here. You were going to stay. And at the end of the day, you realized what you did wrong, and you tried to fix it, and you stayed. That's a lot for me because, I'm a lot for some people to deal with in the past, especially. So for you to just hold me and basically reassure me that you're still going to be here and that you're not going anywhere, even though I felt like I was crazy, that was really big for me. And that was a defining moment that I was just like, I really am not alone, and I'm not too much for some people to deal with. Like, I have somebody by my side who can actually really love me, even though I may not love myself sometimes. What does my love feel like?
Your love feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you do, say, feel with me, towards me, it feels like home.
Thanks.
The way you love me.
I'll say your love feels like a hug, a warm hug, like the best kind of hug.
What is your greatest hope for us?
Oh, my greatest hope for us is to move back to Hawaii, to have a little bit of land where we can grow stuff on, where we can have kids, grow a family, have our cats. Well, and just be connected to the planet and to the Aina, and take care of each other and the people around us. That's my greatest hope for us. What do I offer you that no one else does? Sorry.
You offer me silliness and quirkiness, out of this world humor.
What does that mean?
You find ways to make any kind of situation into something silly, whether it's through dancing or just making random noises or
That's what I'm
facial
good at.
expressions.
No, you.
You you make light of a lot of situations that, goes on between the both of us, and it makes me feel better. It helps relax me. It helps calm me. Funny to say, your silliness and dancing around helps calm me, but it does, because in those moments when I see you being silly, when I see you dancing around, shaking your booty in the kitchen, making toast, it it just reminds me that this silly person in my life brings out the best in me. She allows me to be silly too. Your quirkiness allows me to be quirky. Your dancing allows me to just dance randomly too. So that's what I would say. I think I just want to end it. Uli mahalo.
Okay.
Yep.
You do it, because I don't.
I'll do it. You can hum along. Uhola ia kamakaloala. Pua ike alohala. Kuka ia kahaloala. Pave I mai na lehua. Mai koho o kui a kahala vaila. Mahalo e ke akua. Mahalo e na kupuna la ea. Mahalo me ke alohala. Mahalo me ke alohala.
Clap twice.
Well, tell me more about that. How are you feeling after the fact?
Relieved.
What kind of things came up for you guys? Because we were down here, so
Like just being vulnerable a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the questions.
I feel like we haven't done that in a while in our own personal lives. Like, just really sat down and, like, been super vulnerable, so.
I think just being able to be open with each other about the kinds of questions that are being asked, because we've been going through a lot the past couple months, and so having a space to sit down and talk about it in a more controlled environment, kind of helped us realize, like, hey, we have these things going on, and we can't fix them right away. We just have to take them one day at a time.
If you love the And Conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.